Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Royalty where Big D is recapping Survivor 46 for you guys. And of course, I had to really dig down deep and find a sister of mine, Miss Karla from season 43 of Survivor. Also, my sister and, community wise too, just so everybody knows. But, Karla, how are you? Welcome to the Royalty Podcast.
Thank you. I'm well. I am thriving. I'm up. I feel great. I feel energized after this episode. We have a lot to cover, but overall, I'm doing well.
I don't even know what to say. Now, listen, Carla, in case everybody don't know, please tell us about your Survivor experience. How was it? Like, we're at this time, what are we at, 9? No, we're at 8. Where were you? Because you definitely got past 8. So what was happening when you got to 8?
Yeah, well, when I got to 8, I think that was the Noel vote out. And so this is one of the days where I was, or at least this tribal, they were talking about voting me out. And I knew, and I was a little, well, one, I didn't go on this reward. And so when I see Liz, being upset, it took me back because I was like, they didn't choose my ass. So of course I'm frustrated. So I didn't get to go. So I was sulking on the island for a bit. And then when they came back, it was me just like trying to figure out, do I play my idol or do I not play my idol? Which is what, was Tiff's dilemma as well, question mark. So that's where I
I
was.
know we're gonna get into that. Okay, so let's kind of break it down to where we're at. Okay, so of course Hunter just went home with an idol in his pocket. Okay, I have to say I think that was a good move. Hunter was a threat as of winning these challenges. Like he was doing them like they were nothing. Like it was pretty shocking to see. Um, Liz starts off the episode being pissed about the split votes. She lets them know, all you hoe bags, okay? Because hoe bag is now in my vocabulary. It
Yeah.
will be trademark. I will be using the word hoe bags, okay?
Yeah.
So she talks about the split votes. She felt like, why didn't nobody tell me about the split votes? I kind of feel like I don't know. I'm not really pressed about when it comes to split votes because I'm kind of like, baby, I'm still here. I need to now just get to see where everybody else is at and see
hmm
how I can get with everybody else. Am I wrong about that, or is that just like me being stupid?
Well, no, I don't think it's you being stupid. I think it really just depends on like what the dynamics are for the overall tribe, right? Like clearly it seems like in this season they really care about moves, whether or not they're on the right side of the vote or claiming moves. And if that seems to be like a whole group idea, then it is important, right? But if it's just one person that is like, I need to make this move and no one else cares, then or needs to get credit or needs to be on the right side, then it doesn't matter. But I think so it depends. But I think for this particular move, no, if you have another night, if you have another day, you're good. That's what I
Girl,
think.
that's how I was feeling, Carla. I was like, what the, like, girl, move on from, but whatever. Like she said, these hoe bags, okay? Maria, Q is off on the side doing what Q does best, which is, I need to get away from these people because I have already burned all my bridges and
hmm
now I'm just gonna lay low and see what happens. Maria being the sweetheart that she is, who I do love Maria. I got a chance to meet her in Pittsburgh, and she is amazing, and I'm glad to see how well she's doing so far.
Yes.
Maria goes and talks to Q, try to get him motivated. Okay, Q's like, man, I gotta win immunity. It don't matter what I do. All these people are coming after me. Nobody wants to work with me. So he's like, whatever at this point. Okay. Have you ever had one of those checkout moments
Where I need to wait, sorry, which
where you're
moment?
kind of like, I'm checked out. I'm not working with nobody. I need to win immunity. Like, I'm just checked out.
Yeah, my final five. I was like, if I don't win immunity here, then I gotta go guns blazing. But like that was, yeah, my last immunity challenge. I was like, it's either I win or I don't. So I know exactly what that feels like too. But
Okay.
he reminded me a little bit of Sammy. I
Mm.
think it was in the final seven where he like messed up some of the votes, and he was like, I'm done, I'm defeated. And it's like you got to get up, you got to move. But we can talk a little bit more about that as well.
No, of course, of course, of course. And I'm gonna keep on going. So
Okay.
Maria and Mackenzie have a conversation about possibly going back to what Mackenzie was talking about in the beginning, which was Tiffany. Because, Mackenzie believes that her and Tiffany have the same resume and that they've been playing the same type of game. And she's like, voting out my number one ally is the way to go to play this Survivor game. Now,
Mhm.
I don't know if
If
if that makes sense. I
yeah, yeah,
don't
yeah.
know voting out my number one ally is the smart key to do.
Yeah.
What do you think? Because my number one ally was Xavier, but I knew I wanted to take him out by a certain extent, but I
Yeah.
never got that opportunity to do that. So I'm wondering, like, is it too early? Is it too late? What do you think?
I'm- in this particular case, just speaking about like Kenzie and Tiff, I think it's too early because you need to have as many numbers as you need, to get far. Um, Maybe it's helpful, right? We kind of saw um some folks go to the end with their final, with their number one, and but I think it's too early here.
I really think it's too early. Like, I was kind of like, girl, what are you talking about? Like, why are you trying to get, like, what? It's too early. We still got other tribe members that still have more people than you guys. Like, it's a
Hmm.
little too early. That are working together. I don't know. So we now know it is day 18. We get to our reward challenge. Okay.
Yeah.
We get to our reward challenge.
Hmm.
Now, what was your reward challenge before food reward? This is a food reward challenge, okay? What
Yeah.
was yours?
Well, I didn't go on it, so, but I think they had pizza and like some pastries or some shit. But yeah, pizza. But listen, Applebee's, woo.
Baby, Applebee's? That's a bit. Let me tell you something. When he said Applebee's, I said, damn, when's the last time I had Applebee's? Like, I really
Hmm.
had to sit down and think about it. And I go, you know what? The last time I had Applebee's was actually, I don't know. I feel like Applebee's has a sponsorship with CBS because last time I had Applebee's, Carla, was when I was in Florida and we had the most craziest Applebee experience at Hearts of Reality with the
Uh-huh.
Big Brother crew. And I made a whole YouTube video about it and it was insane how our experience was at Applebee's. So yeah, that was the last time I had Applebee's, but I'm definitely overdue and I'm definitely gonna go now that they mentioned it. Now, Jeff first tells them, you guys all look skinny. Which is
Yeah.
like, I don't know if that's like a compliment or
Like
like,
you look snatched. I'm just
yeah,
kidding.
you look snatched. Like, I wish somebody would, I need people to say that to me. Like, oh my God, you look so skinny. Like, yeah, like, come
Right?
on, Jeff. Like, come on. So, Jeff lets them know this is an Applebee challenge. Whoever wins gets Applebee's. Now, Carla, before we start,
Uh-huh. Okay. I'm so giddy.
here comes motherfucking, Liz, right? Okay? Liz starts going on about, oh my God, Applebee's, the burger. She's talking about my kids and my daughter. We have it every single time, every Wednesday we have Applebee's. I'm there every Wednesday. I mean, 365 days, every Wednesday I am there having a burger, a juicy burger with the bun on the top, and it's a Bergen burger. And me and my daughter every single time Wednesday have a burger. Like, this burger is so important. We cannot live without this burger. This burger is every Wednesday a part of our life. Matter of fact, when I die, the burger's going with me in the grave. Applebee's is sponsoring my funeral. Applebee's actually buys my groceries at the house at this
Mhm.
point. Applebee's is my life. I'm actually in the commercial, in case you guys don't know, for Applebee's, because Applebee's is for life. So Liz
Damn.
goes on the tangent
Mhm.
about Applebee's,
About
okay?
how important it is, yeah.
How important it is. And then Jeff goes into like, did you notice, Carla? Like, Jeff was like, so you can get like a juicy, thick burger
Oh
with
yeah.
the peppers on the side, and then you can have some wings that are gonna be like juicy and hot,
Juicy.
and
Yeah. And
yeah, yeah, and like, why did he turn into a sex hotline?
oh, listen, they were getting paid and he was working for that money. He
Carla, he
had
was working hard. Carla, like, I was like, why does it sound like a sex hotline? Like, he's
I was
over
getting
here
turned on.
describing it. I was over here like, Jeff, I love food. Shit. Like, I was like, come on, dude, what's going on here? Okay. So Q, this they go through an obstacle. I don't know how to
Mhm.
explain the obstacle. I'm just gonna say they had to get these sandbags through the tunnel, underneath
Yeah.
the tunnel, um, get these sandbags through the tunnel, underneath the tunnel, and then I guess you got
Get
to
it up.
kind of throw the
Yeah.
sandbag, throw one sandbag on top of the totem pole. Okay,
Hmm.
so I'm like, great, this is a great obstacle. Anyone can win this.
Yeah.
Q gets there first, and then Tiffany gets there. Okay, I'm thinking, at first, Carl, I'm thinking, is Q gonna like win this before everybody gets there?
Hmm.
Then everyone else gets there, and then I would say, who got there last? Liz.
Hmm.
Okay, Liz is still back there talk about the burger that with Jeff, and letting them know what she wants on her burger ahead of time, because she
Yeah.
knows how she wants it done. She wants it medium well done, cut down the middle. She's letting them know exactly what that burger is. Okay,
Hmm.
so they, of course, production does a great edit. They show this slow mo, like if Liz is about to get it, and I'm like, is Liz about to win this challenge? And
Hmm.
she didn't, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But Q wins this challenge, okay? And what happens next, Carla? Like, what happens next with Q winning this challenge?
Wait, are you talking about with Liz, or do you mean just in
No,
general?
just him winning this award challenge. What happens next?
I don't know
He
what
has to
happened.
pick people.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. I was like, yeah, he does. Jeff calls him over and he's like, now, you're going to the sanctuary. You got to choose one person. And I'm surprised that what did he say? He's like, I've learned that if I make a mistake, I have to make it right or something like that.
Yes, he said he's learned from his past. If he makes a mistake, he has to make it right. So he picks Tiffany. So I
Hmm.
was like, oh, okay, that was
Right?
interesting. Wasn't
Okay. Okay.
expecting that, but also a smart play, because it's like,
Right?
it's smart to do.
Hmm.
And then he picks Maria, because he's like, hey, Maria. Now, before we even get to Maria, okay,
Yeah.
Liz is like, I don't care. I'm gonna beg. Liz is, she is. Let me tell you something. Luckily, I was not there,
Uh
because
huh.
I'm gonna be honest. I probably would have laughed, because here's my thought. Right, you signed up for this game, right?
Hmm.
I like you signed up for this game where you might have to be starving for a long time.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You're gonna
On
start.
top of that, I just feel like, I don't know. It's really hard, because I understand she can't eat certain things, but
Yeah.
I'm like, is there anything that she can eat on this island? Like, I don't understand her. Is she a vegan? Is she? What is she? What's going
No, I
on?
think she's allergic to coconut, and there's other things that she's allergic to. But I mean, obviously she could eat the rice because we see later
Right,
on in
that's
the
what I'm saying.
episode.
But they got rice just last challenge.
Yeah, see, this is what's interesting about like the editing versus being there. I think because as viewers, we get her backstory, right? So she's telling us the importance of Applebee's. And so you feel for her and you're like, wow. But out there, you don't get this backstory. You're not hearing the music. The music is sentimental, right? You're out there starving yourself. And so similar to you, I probably would have been one annoyed. I would have been like, stop begging, stop pleading.
Girl,
Like
that's what
I'm
I'm
as
saying.
hungry. Or chuckled a little bit because you're kind of like, what, get up, right? But as a viewer though, I felt the opposite. I was like, oh my God, I feel so bad for her. Like
Really,
someone help
girl?
her choose her. Yeah, I
Carla,
felt
that's why
like,
you're a sweetheart. Because as a viewer,
stop. Really?
I
You were
was
like,
looking at her like, girl, it's Applebee's.
but it's only because I didn't get chosen too, so I share that sentiment with her. Like,
I and I get that you didn't get chosen for the food challenge. So I with food rewards. So I understand that completely. Like, trust me, I was on slop 3 times. I hated every minute of it. Like, I get where when you're starving, your mind goes crazy. But the
uh-huh.
thing about it for me was like, the way that she was going about it, it was like a tantrum. I'm sorry, babe. It was a tantrum to me. Like, watching it, it was like, pick me. I can't believe like you're not picking me. Like, it felt like she was like putting out this tantrum. And Q's like, I'm trying to play a game to save my game. So he's
Hmm.
like, I'm going to pick Maria because she came and checked up on me. What she
Mm-hmm.
did, I would have picked the same person that came and checked up on me. And
Yeah.
then he's like, I got to try to make an alliance and go back to my old alliance. And then she's over here like, please pick me. And then Jeff is like, then he's like, I'm going to pick Mackenzie. And she's just like, ah.
Yeah.
And then she has this whole, Jeff is like, which I love Jeff because he knows the right time to ask questions right now. Usually
Uh-huh.
I don't like when he asks us
Mm.
questions, but this was the right time for him to ask questions. It was Liz, do you want to tell me how you feel? Here's Liz. I'm pissed. I'm so freaking pissed. You know what it kind of reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of the scene in White Chicks where she's like, I'm so freaking pissed. I'm gonna write your manager. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Liz was having a whole here's the thing, me as being a contestant,
Hmm.
I'm not gonna lie, that would have been her boot out the door for me.
What?
Yes.
No way.
Yes. The way she was acting, no.
No, you want the chaos. You
I
want the
do want the
outburst.
chaos. Yes, me. But hold on, me as a viewer, yes, you can stay. But me
Yeah.
me on the
Oh, you're
island,
just in the house, yeah.
no,
But if it's
you can go.
not you, perfect. Outburst away.
Yeah, she is definitely a target for her. But if I
Yeah.
don't get her this week, she's going out another week. I don't need her here. She can't.
If you're
She. I,
cute or
do
just in
you?
general.
Oh, here's my thing. She can't eat, right?
Uh-huh.
And I understand it's making her weak and stuff like that. So, you know what? Let me say this. As a competitor, yeah, I'll keep her around because I would feel like she doesn't have the energy.
Yeah.
But it's going to be tough because her yelling and she's screaming, "Hey, you ruined my game." She's going on this whole tantrum. And Q's like, yo,
It's
you
like,
voted for me to go out.
yeah.
Like
It's
what
yeah.
was wrong with her? That's what blew my mind, Carl. I was like, what is wrong with her? Because
I'm trying to
you
find this
voted
kid.
for me to go out, but like it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense what she's saying.
That's like he's like, okay. He doesn't know what to do.
He doesn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do. Everybody, Venus was about to go over and try to hug her, and she was like, I'm not going to do that now. Yep, she said, like,
Never
what?
mind.
What do you do in this situation? Like, what do you do?
Um, well, if I were there, either side, right? Doesn't matter. I let it happen. Let the person get it out, right? Eventually we see Liz just be like, okay, that felt great. I just needed to get it out. Hopefully no feelings were hurt because, like either folks typically, even if a traditional loved ones visit, if you don't get chosen, most likely there's going to be bad blood because you know that you're not going to see your wife, your husband, your kid, whatever. You let it happen and get ready for the popcorn when people get back on the island. Like that's
Of course. I just think it was just very oversell with the Bergen burger, the burger, like I break it every time. Like I think it was just oversell. I wish she was just upset about not getting the reward, period. It just really
mm,
felt more focused on this burger. Now, I
mm,
want to I want to make sure today is May 1st. It is a
mhm.
Wednesday. So if I'm correct, if you live in the area of where Liz is from, she should be at the local Applebee's right now having a burger, maybe having a little watch party, watching the episode playback in Applebee's. Because she made it clear that every Wednesday
Yeah.
she's eating Applebee's at the place or to go or whatever. But she's having Applebee's. So she should be at your local Applebee's wherever Liz is from. So if you guys want to see Liz, she should be there tonight at that Applebee's because she said what she said and I heard what she said. Every Wednesday she's at this burger place. So when we have a viewing party at New York and we're all
Uh-huh.
eating food at the bar, her ass better be eating Applebee's from to go Applebee's. If she doesn't have Applebee's at the New York City finale party, I will be making sure to get Applebee's delivered to the
Hmm.
party for Liz because she's going to stick by what she said that I have Applebee's every single Wednesday for the rest of my life with my daughter. Every single Wednesday is Applebee's.
You want to know a funny little side story?
Please do.
During my season, so I live in like, suburban Delaware, big, shock for me. But I
No
during
big
my
shock for
season,
me.
I went to like there's an Applebee's in the town, right? And I we went because we went anyway. I got noticed on a Wednesday. I got noticed, but there's this crew of older folks, I'd say in their 60s, who watch Survivor and are there eating at Applebee's. And I was like, this is weird. Fast forward to like 2 weeks ago, I'm working out at the gym, and this guy who was there at Applebee's comes up to me and he's like, "Hey, Karla, like, you should have a watch party at Applebee's." And I was like, "Yeah, I should." But, of course, like, I'm not going to have a watch party at Applebee's. But
No,
the fact that,
Karla,
listen,
right there.
what?
I'm gonna tell Bryce and Wendell we are officially moving the watch party to Applebee's
Applebee's.
in New York. I'm not having no. I'm not doing
Mhm.
nope. Matter of fact, the one that we have in Boston next week, I'm gonna tell them, let's move it to Applebee's.
Yeah,
I just feel like this better, or we gotta have something at Applebee's at this point.
that's pretty good.
Yeah, something, because I've
Yeah.
never seen Applebee's brought up so much. So we cut to, she flips out on Q. She's not happy. She goes back to, whatever their little, what do you call it, campsite. I call
Yeah,
it
yeah, yeah.
campsite. Okay, they go back. She's telling Ben and Venus and Charlie how she's frustrated. Now, let me ask you a question.
hmm
What's your thoughts on Ben?
Well, I haven't really seen much of Ben, but it's refreshing to see him kind of like, well, clearly everyone's frustrated at Q, but it's refreshing to see him not clock someone, but like show his emotion and
Girl,
just
I
be
want
like,
to
this is
see
like,
emotion. No, I've already seen his emotions. When he almost went home. Ben is just there taking up space, baby. Like when he's
yeah,
over here, like, oh, yeah, I agree with you, and I would be upset and how rude Q was. I was just kind of like, Ben, where have you been? Seriously, Ben, where have you been? Because
where
I just feel like you're like Tim early in the season where we had one episode we talked about you. Only you know the one thing I could tell you about Ben? That Ben and him and Charlie had a whole music off about Taylor Swift and what was the rock band that he liked?
Metallica, I think.
Metallica or whatever. That's all I could tell you about Ben. I haven't seen Ben try to do a strategic move, try to come up with a plan, trying to work with this one and this one and this one. Ben is on vacation, baby. He is on vacation. He's enjoying himself. I wouldn't be surprised if Ben is a part of the production crew at this point. He's just a step in, just to kind of help. Like he's gonna stand up and be like, "Surprise, guys! I'm not a part of the cast. I'm just production at this point." Okay. So Ben agrees with her statement. Now Q decides when he's on this sanctuary that he's trying to make bonds with, Yanyu, his old tribe, and then
Uh-huh.
he's also telling Maria that maybe Yanyu and Sigga can work together and just vote out Venus and Liz. He's trying his best to do things. Mackenzie makes it clear
Clear.
that Q is like an imaginary ex-boyfriend of mine. Like he just keeps coming back around. And it's like he thinks I'm gonna fall for the bullshit, but I'm not. Okay.
hmm
Mackenzie's not buying his bullshit, and then we cut to the magical because this is all about. First of all, who are these people in these Applebee clothing, girl? Who are these people?
Exactly. That's what I was. I was like, I think production, but I was like, Applebee's wouldn't send staff, but I'm guessing it's production, right?
At this point, I don't know who it is. I'm sitting over here like, who are these people that just showed up in these black uniforms and are like,
Ma'am, your
here's your,
burger.
here's your, no, your bourbon burger. Please do not forget it because Liz has said bourbon burger so many damn times. I'm
Yes.
telling you now, I know an old castmate of ours in the past talked about Lay's chips and got a sponsor. So
hmm
Liz, this is me trying to help you out, girl.
I know, right? I'd be surprised if she doesn't.
You better get an Applebee's production, a commercial, a deal. Listen, they better give you free meals every Wednesday because, like you say, you go every Wednesday. So you should be a customer every Wednesday getting your free meals at Applebee's during Survivor season. So
Exactly.
this is a great time. Start reaching out, start DMing them. Everybody start DMing Applebee's for Liz because after tonight, I'm
Mhm.
even going to Applebee's probably tomorrow. or either Friday for dinner. I have to get it.
Their drink
Um,
did look good though. I was like, ooh,
yeah, that's another thing.
what is the
I don't
competition?
know. I don't know if I would have an alcohol drink because was it an
What?
alcohol drink? Was it an
Yeah, I
alcohol
think it's
drink?
called the Shark Bowl or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I
But
don't know if I'm gonna have that because think about how much I haven't had it for that long. Look at your face. You're like,
uh, did you see me at the merge feast? I was like, who wants? No one wanted a drink, and I was like, y'all have to drink with me. You just feel a little buzz. It feels good.
yeah, but then that might get in the way of my gameplay, and then I forget that
You
I'm
start
at
flirting with
this.
everyone.
Yeah, I'm like, drop
Hmm.
those drawers.
Ah!
Yeah, see, no.
Let's go
Mm-mm.
bathe
So
together.
Liz is now, Liz, they cut to Liz after this burger comes out. Lord
Mm.
Jesus, production. And Liz is like, it's not about the burger, it's about her daughter. And, talk about being home. Like, I guess they were growing up poor and stuff like that. Let me
Hmm.
tell you something. I 100% understand growing up struggling, a lot of us have. I
Yeah.
understand that. I go with that story. And I understand her being a mother and wanting to have something close to remind her of her daughter. The two just did not coexist for me. It didn't, no, it was like, I didn't feel like
Do you have a heart? No, I'm just kidding.
I do, but like, I mean, Carla, like, we're talking about a reward at Applebee's. We're
Yeah.
not talking about like, oh my God, I'm getting a video or picture from my daughter and I could have said something to my family, like you mentioned earlier today.
Well, you know what's interesting though, and I don't know if they did this intentionally, but
Yeah.
typically here they have the loved ones letters. So what happened to those? And maybe that's why her storytelling was so important that she thought she missed out on letters. There was nothing to do with family. The,
Yeah, but not a good mixture. Doesn't coexist. I'm sorry. 2 plus 2
I'm
equals
over here throwing out.
4. 2 plus 3 does not equal 4. This does not coexist. Even if you put parentheses and carry the 2 and divide it by 1, does not work out at all for
Okay.
this one. Okay. Um, they come back. They come back. They come back. Okay, but
Mhm.
before they come back, Kenzie and Tiffany still talk about getting rid of Q.
Mhm.
Maria, because Q walks away, and they're like, "We don't care about all this. We're still getting rid of Q." Maria kind of clocks that because Maria, this whole entire episode is kind of like, "I don't want to get rid of Q. He's a number for me. I'm not
Yeah.
trying to get rid of him." So they go back to camp. Of course, they ask how it was. Q doesn't really want to talk about it that much, but he's like, I gotta engage conversation. So he's like quesadilla, and then Liz is just not hearing anything about a bourbon burger. She's very upset because it sounds like no one ate the bourbon burger. So she's
I did.
pissed. She's pissed, but she's like, I have to apologize to Q to let him think that we're all good, but I'm voting him out because she has a personal vendetta because he messed up her game.
Hmm.
Now, everybody, Q doesn't really care about the apology. He's like, I already see you. You don't like me. You want to come for me. And I gotta give Q credit because once you see somebody through their bullshit, you're like, get out of here. I ain't got
Yeah.
time. Now everyone's upset with Q after talking to Maria. Maria and Charlie, they seem like they want to get out Tiffany
Hmm.
because she got an idol. Now, what do you think? Is it important for them? I know we already saw the episode, but if you were in this situation, do you get rid of somebody that's causing chaos, or do you get rid of somebody who has an idol?
It depends on who that person is, right? Like, is the cake are either of them my number? If not, if they're both disposable or dispensable or whatever the word is, I think a shield is more important than an idol. Insofar, right, that like if you have someone chaotic, why not keep someone chaotic? But um, I don't know. Like it. What was interesting though is that they made it seem, at least with the editing, is with Kenzie already kind of saying like, well, I want Q out. Um, I wanted Tiff out. I don't want her out anymore. I want Q out. Which as
Same. I
as
saw
a
that.
viewer, I was like, oh, is she going to be the middle vote? Um,
Same.
but then yeah, yeah, yeah. We then see that it was kind of what's her name, Liz, which was interesting.
which was crazy, but that I bet you production ate that up. That was just great TV because Liz had this outburst. She hates this man. She's making it clear that she hates him. And of course, when we get to obviously how everything pans out, it's like she is the deciding vote, which is crazy.
Yeah.
We get to the immunity challenge. This is all about holding a bucket, and the bucket has your
Hmm.
weight that you were weighing in the beginning. Yikes! I mean, that's.
Listen.
I mean, girl, I mean, I'm gonna get if I go on Survivor, I'm getting super skinny, but I can't imagine holding my weight from when I walked
Yo,
in the door.
what? I wanted to try it. That was the one when our season Gabler won it, and I was so close to participating in it. But I wish I knew what it was like. But yeah, that's tough.
Same. Girl, it looked tough. It looked very, very tough. But before they start the challenge, Jeff kind of starts talking about, hey, I got another opportunity for you guys to get some more rights. Now, let's talk
Yeah.
about this because I damn sure know I think me, you on the same page, okay? When
Hmm.
it came to this rice situation, he's like, I got this big bag of rice. I need 4 people to sit out. Now, baby, at this point in the game, and I love these competitors, they are competing. Nobody's sitting out.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, I'd rather die of starvation than to sit out. I'm not
Uh-huh.
mad at them. But let me
Yeah.
tell you something. Production played a key into this because then Jeff goes, oh, just to let you guys know, I have this little bottle of rice for individuals who want to step out.
Hmm.
Now, baby, you cannot tell me, and I'll put my whole life on it, that production did not step in and say, we got to feed Liz some type of way. So we're going to make up this thing where they can step out for individual rice.
It was interesting because I was like, oh shoot, he's offering again. So I'd never seen that happen, but correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. Um,
I've never
maybe. I
seen
mean,
anything.
yeah.
I mean, with me, I might be a little late. And please, shout out to the Royal Court. Karla, the Royal Court is like our people that watch our show. So shout out to the Royal Court. If any of you guys have any comments or information about maybe this happening before, I've never seen this in my life. But I will say this. Just seeing the fact of them doing that, I do thank production for doing that because obviously 18 days, as she's saying, because the way she's saying it, that she has not ate, but I don't understand that because they got rice before, but I'm not going to question that. I do
Hmm.
appreciate production bending the rules a little bit to make sure she has opportunity to eat. She's talking about some, I don't know. Let me tell you something. I would have snatched her up so badly. I would
If
have been like,
she did it.
if she this podcast, y'all would I would have get canceled. If she didn't take that rice, I would definitely be canceled because I would have been jumping through that screen. Because you've already attacked Q. You've always made this big scene. Get that damn rice. And I'm glad Kenzie said if you didn't get that rice,
I'd be
I would
mad.
have been mad at you. So everyone else competes in the challenge.
Hmm.
Um, who was the first one to drop? I think the first one to drop was Venus. So
Venus.
Venus was the first one to drop. Of course, I'm just going to come down to who it comes down to, the final four, which was Maria, Charlie, Q, and Tiffany. I love Maria's little stance that she had. She's been practicing this. She had a
When
little
she did.
she had a
Yeah, yeah,
little
yeah.
she had her weight into it. So I think
Mm.
that was smart to do. She used her weight. I love that. And on top of that, I'm gonna be honest with you. Of course, if Q does not win this challenge, he's like, I'm going home. He said that
Yeah.
to Jeff. He's like, I have to play. If I don't win this, I'm going home. Tiffany was up there looking like Wonder Woman, strong
Yo.
woman. She said this. Tell you the truth, Tiffany hasn't looked like she lost weight to me. Tiffany looks the same to when she came in the door. So for her, she's like
Yeah, she looks buff.
buff. And then you got
Hmm.
Taylor Swift over here, okay, making faces and which I think he was playing mind games, letting
Yeah.
it go down and dropping it. And it comes down to Tiffany and Charlie wins. It was really sad because I really wanted Tiffany to win, just
Yeah.
because I felt like this was her moment, and she
She
didn't win.
did.
So, how do you think you would have done in this challenge?
I don't think I would have done well at this point in the game either because so at this point for me I had my busted finger, so I would not have done well. I didn't have good grip strength. If I went back to 43. Now, though, I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
sidebar before I get into everything else, Jeff made an announcement about
Oh,
season 50 being returning players. What do you think
yes.
about that?
It's about time, and not just, like for my own
Hmm.
interest, but it's
Yeah,
one of the reasons why I got hooked as a viewer. Because it's
agree.
great to see returning players. I'm surprised that we haven't
Agree.
brought returning players back yet, and
You know
so I'm
what? I
excited to
think
see
they're
what they
waiting.
bring
Me
for
too.
what.
I think they were waiting because I feel like they want to wait for
Oh,
those big numbers now, like
yeah,
50 and 30 and stuff like that. But I get it. Back in the day, we they weren't doing it. They were bringing them back. So I'm excited.
yeah,
And can I tell you the truth? I hope they do like 30 players.
yeah. That'd be amazing. That'd be
That
messy.
would be amazing. Yeah. Who would you like to see other than yourself go back? Who else would you like to see join you if you got the opportunity?
Join me.
If you got the opportunity to go, because obviously you want to go back, it's okay. We know you ain't got to say it, Carla. We know everybody wants to go back.
New era or it doesn't matter?
I don't think it matters. And I heard this whole new era versus old
Yeah.
school era or whatever for the season 50.
I mean, who? I'm just gonna toss a name out there. Angelina. I'd like to see Angelina come back.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Out
Okay.
of left field.
If you
I
come up with
feel
another
like.
one, let me know. It's okay. If you come up with another one,
Okay,
let me know. But
okay, I'll
I
let you know.
here want to make an announcement that if Bryce Isaiah is not on season 50, we're not watching it. I need Bryce to compete again. It is time. It is long overdue. He deserves an opportunity to compete. So each
Aw.
time I get an opportunity, each week, I will tweet CBS letting them know Bryce Isaiah better be on season 50 of Survivor. Okay?
Start a
Now,
petition.
oh, I'm starting, baby. I'm not
Do it,
playing.
do it.
Now, also Liz said something funny because Liz, I don't know, Liz was really doing a lot for me. It was giving very bitter because remember she also said when, who was she saying it to? She was saying it to, oh, she said it out loud. She was like, why is Tiffany doing so good? Because she got fed. I was like,
Oh, she did drop that so like subtly, but obviously the mic picked it up. I was like, damn.
yeah, they're getting Liz together. Okay, Charlie is a threat to me. That's my other thought. Charlie is
Yes.
definitely a threat, and I don't know why they don't see him as a threat. It's very weird and very confusing.
He's come close 3 times now in a row.
Hmm.
Well, one twice, but yeah.
Yeah, of course. Now, Maria, we get back to camp. Maria comes up with a plan that she tells Q, like, hey, I can help you stay, but you need to
Hmm.
get your ass up and fight. So
Yeah,
she's
yeah, yeah.
like telling Charlie, she goes to her Sigma tribe, Charlie and Ben, we need to get rid of that idol. That idol needs to get flushed out.
Hmm.
We got to get rid of it. It's like dangerous in the game, especially this late in the game. We cannot have that idol around. They're like, no, I get it. I think it, no matter, they all want to get rid of Q, but they're like, psh, playing the game here. I got to get rid of this idol. Um, but they need one more person
Hmm.
to help them, and they have to go ask the Bergen Burger herself, okay? The Bourbon Burger, Liz,
Mm.
okay? And they're like, Liz, I know you hate Q. Liz is pissed. She's like, no, I have to get rid of Q. Factor. So they keep Mackenzie and they keep Venus out of tribe. We get the tribal council. Now, did you notice Tevin and Soda's face at Tribe? I'm always looking at their face. They're basically talking to each other just by.
Hmm.
I'm like,
Yeah,
damn, because you're not allowed to talk at Tribe. So it's
exactly.
interesting to see how they're communicating through their eyes.
Well, also like they all three of them were blindsided as well. So you know that that adds like a level of emotion or just the way that you feel now for this group of folks who got your ass out. And I could see those eyes, like they didn't lie.
They did not lie. Okay, Jeff. I'm trying to speed up. Jeff asked a bunch of questions. He asked, "What you do?" Jeff is kind of also like throwing out hints, like, "Hey, people got blindsided. The last three people were blindsided. The last person was kicked out with an idol." I felt like Jeff was trying to drop hints to Tiffany, like, maybe you should use it. Like, this is your time to use this idol, okay? And Jeff's like, and Tiffany is like, I know Q's going home. Everybody like, and they're all playing it up. Q's going home. It's time. Q's like, I ain't got nothing for you. I'm trying. I ain't got nothing. Unless the 4 people I talk to that want to work with me, I ain't got nothing for you. I don't know what to tell you, Jeff. I ain't got nothing. Okay. So, unfortunately, the plan is executed, and Tiffany goes home with an idol in her pocket. Mackenzie is blind, smack, gob, blindsided. Like, she's like, oh my God, the plan that I wanted to execute happened.
It was executed
And
by
now,
someone else. Yeah.
by somebody else. So somebody basically took your plan, executed it. Because me as a jury person, if I saw you with that shocked look on your face, I would go, girl, you didn't come up
Wasn't
with
in on
this.
it.
And now
Yep.
now you look stupid because you just lost your number one ally and you didn't make the plan. And you didn't
Or
execute it.
yes, yeah. I agree. Yeah.
Do you think there's a way she can play it if she stays longer and makes it to the end to say I was the one who came up with the plan?
Yeah, there was this, I don't know what season it was, but Sarah Lucina, didn't she do something like that but she essentially did the blind side, but then turned around to the person that got voted out and was like, oh my God, but she faked it. That's, I guess, the difference. But then I think went and at final tribal council was like, I was in on it all the entire time, but I don't think that's really the case here, but yeah.
I mean, it's very interesting to see. I will say that. It's very interesting. Tiffany goes out and she goes out like a champ, very positive energy. Love that. Like she said, she should have made sure she played that idol. Jeff was making it was crazy because Jeff was making it interesting during tribal. He was like, this is 2 times that people went home because they're saying Q's going home, and Q, like, baby, I don't know how many nuggets Jeff could have dropped. Any other time, I never want Jeff to talk. But this was the time I'm looking at Tiffany like, girl, play the idol, girl, play the idol.
Yes.
Girl, what are you doing? Like, it was the one time I was so like, oh my God, he's dropping all these hints, talking about you being like how everyone keeps going home to Q. And look what happened.
Yeah.
3 strikes.
Or,
now,
yeah.
what's your thoughts? Go ahead. What were you going to say?
Yeah. I was going to say, or better yet, before they went to tribal, there was this, which I thought was beautifully edited, was Liz saying, I'm in a position where I can get Q out, who I have my revenge, with right now. Or she's like, I can go along with this plan that will give Maria credit, right? But it would be, a big move. That entire tribal, I was like, Liz, if you don't get up and tell Tiff, or just turn around and say, play your idol, because, right, it would do it all. It would get rid of Q. It would bring an alliance or, strengthen an alliance with Tiff. But then it would also give her that move. It would have been like a beautiful, beautiful job. But, it was.
Maria is slaying the dragons. She's slaying the dragons. Now, what do you think is going to be the future for Q? What do you think? Do you think is Q gonna make it another episode? Is Q gonna make it another episode? What do you think, Karla?
Will Q make it another episode? I don't know, man. He's been able to stay alive so long. But I think at this point you're at 7. You need 4, right? The preview said that they were looking for idols now. I'd say, based on an edit right now, everyone's best interest is to keep him along. I don't think he's going to go next week.
Okay. And I definitely think that he needs to find the idol. I will tell you that. I think the next person that needs to go is Charlie.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Or I
Charlie
mean,
was
Charlie
the
and Maria are really like in power positions.
Oh yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. And then I saw them give a little sneak peek talking about Maria's a villain. So I mean, I don't know how I feel about that. Okay, but Carl, listen, thank you so much for coming and recapping with me, taking out your time. When are we going to see you again? Am I going to see you soon? Are you coming? You going to New York? Are you going to anything else that's left?
I'm doing Philly. Are you doing Philly? Yeah.
Oh, I mean, girl, I don't think I have a choice.
I know. So
I was
yes,
like, I've been
doing
doing
Philly.
everything else.
I know. I see you. I'm like, do you ride? I'm like, does he ride with them? What happened? I'm like, let me try to get in that car with them.
No, I
Um,
literally drove. I literally drove to Chicago and back. I did. I drove to
you
Chicago
drove?
and back.
That's wild. Good for
Me
you.
and me and my best friend Sierra did. We had a ball. It was such a good time. But I stayed the whole time. I've never been to Chicago. It was such a good time. So my next stop is yes, I will be because I don't want to put no miles on my car anymore. I'm like that was enough.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm like getting in the car with them next week to go to Boston. So we go to Boston.
Not
Our favorite place, Carla, is
listen.
Boston.
Wait.
Our
I
Boston
was
memories.
I was contemplating. I was for like a quick second. I was like, could I make it happen? But then I forget that I'm in New Orleans for work next week, so I cannot make Boston. But I
Love
will be
that.
at Philly,
Adults.
and I will be at New York.
Great.
And I already have my karaoke song picked out for Tuesday night. I'm ready.
I love that. Now, wait, what have you been up to? Like, tell everybody where they could follow you, but I would love to just know what you've been up to since your season. Like, how's everything going for you in life?
Yeah. Okay. Well, one Instagram, yes, queer. Twitter or X, Karla Cruz Godoy. But I've been living it up right now. Work is super busy. I travel so much for work. I have a lot of really cool projects and um, working on the house. It's really nice to settle down and trying to plan some international trips coming up. So I've been really, really busy. Yeah, I need some rest and just trying to I'm playing Fortnite more. So I'm really like, really, really
Oh my
happy
God,
right
we could
now.
play Fortnite together.
Wait, you play Fortnite?
I'm a gamer. I'm a gamer with the Y. I'm a gamer. Yes, we could
Yo, okay, yeah.
play.
I play it every
So
night.
wait, right
So
now I'm trying to, maybe I need to start making my own reality star Fortnite group because I have
let's go.
Joseph from Big Brother. I
Okay.
have Mariah from The Challenge. I have
Okay.
Corey Lay. So now I'm gonna have you. So maybe I have to make my own like video game reality group. So I'm gonna start working on that
Yes.
next.
Let's squat
Yeah,
up
so
for
we do
sure.
have to play. Yeah, so I had to send you my username or you send it to me. But listen,
Okay.
Carla, thank you so much for joining me. Um, I always love to hear your predictions on everybody. Who do you think is gonna make it to the end? Give me three players you think will make it to the end.
Three players that I think, based
Or
on
give
what
me
I'm
no,
seeing.
give me one. Yes, based on what you
Oh,
say, give me one. Don't give me three. Give me one.
okay. Uh,
Not who's gonna win. Who's gonna make it to the end?
I think. I think it's. I'll say it's either Venus or Ben.
Ooh. Okay. Wow. Okay. Great. All right. We'll take that. Venus or Ben.
Yeah.
Well, Carla, thank you so much for joining me. Everyone, remember to like and subscribe and comment. And I will be here next Thursday. And if you guys are in Boston, I will be in Boston next week for the Survivor event, of course, because they are working the hell out of me on this tour. You would think I was on Survivor. At this point, I am on Survivor. Surprise! I'm going to be on Survivor Season 50 All Stars. I'm going to throw a
Yes.
whole wrench in everybody's plan. But, Carly, thank you so much for joining me and doing this. I love you. I cannot wait to see you soon. To my sister. See you later.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Bye, everybody.